Every year, the world celebrates Food Day, and the day is also set aside for action against hunger as people across the world come together to declare their commitment to eradicate hunger. The reality, however, is a country cannot eradicate hunger thoroughly when her farming population keeps shrinking. Mahmoud Muhammad Nuruddin takes us to 3 communities in the Bono-Ahafo region where the youth so far are said to have abandoned their farmlands in search of non-existent white-collar jobs they believe are properly paid jobs. Well, he tells the story of it having an implication which it has on the growing population in many of these communities.
I sell maize, beans, kunkunte at the markets. Whatever I make from the sales, I spend it on food for the house. In fact, I'm a widow.
Lubaba too has given up farming because her children who used to help her out on the farm abandoned her and left to seek better life elsewhere. The effect is that she now has to buy food to feed the family. It never happened in the past.
As for food, we have enough in the meantime. The maize and yams are brought in large quantities. The only challenge, however, is the soup or stew that we need to accompany the actual meal. I struggle to provide these things in addition because I don't have any support. Sometimes I spend between 20 and 30 Ghana cedis on yam and 5 Ghana cedis on cassava. I spend between 20 and 25 Ghana cedis on buying and milling the corn anytime I go to the market until God provides for us the next time we need to visit the market.
There are many other people like Lubaba too here at Kintampo Zongo, Nante and Jema. 5 of Muhammad's children who assisted him on the farm are presently seeking greener pastures in Libya.
Sometimes farming helps a lot, but since the young ones left town, we don't even have the strength to tilt the land and grow our crops. We only manage to feed with the little we are able to produce ourselves.
Sometimes he buys food to supplement the little he is able to produce himself. Many people are quitting farming to look for better livelihoods in the cities. 58-year-old Muhammad Musa is an opinion leader in the community.
Even a farmer nowadays, a farmer cannot even afford a year to buy a bundle of zinc to roof his house. Then tell me, how can the children live with us? They have to go and find something. That is why we, the parents, sometimes we gather money and help them, tell them they'll go to where they will live to get money and come back. Sometimes they go to Libya. Some of them will try to cross, but accidentally, some may not come back.
The future looks gloomy as more young people are preparing to leave. Burma Barikisu is a graduate teacher in the community. He says the youth have taken the right decisions because farming in the area is no longer lucrative.
Yeah, I think they have taken a good decision. Why? Because if you look at their output, when they farm, normally what they get as compared to when they move outside, I think it's better they go. At times you farm for a whole year. If you compare what you invested, you realize that you've lost a lot and work for profit. So I think it's better they went there for greener pasture.
Food security here is under threat, but Muhammad Musa is unfazed.
In fact, it will come to such a time because nowadays the children when you tell them go to the farm, they refuse. No, they refuse. They reject farming. The children themselves, they reject farming. Because when you farm, what you will have for the year cannot afford you anything. Cannot buy the children. Nowadays that the children wear so many things. Now when you farm, you can't afford to give your child even 200 cedis a year. You can't even give him 200 cedis to go to market to make a shopping. So, in fact, We are worried about it, but what can we do? What can we do? It is now left we and the government to decide and look things so that when we farm, we can afford to buy something with the little money we have, and some will remain. Then we will educate the children. But such money, such farming, when we farm every year is the same. Every year.
And Bema shares his opinion on the situation.
I know definitely it will affect the production level. It will affect it. But the issue is that when you invest, at the end of the day, you didn't get anything. I don't think it will encourage you, it will motivate you to continue doing it. So if they want maybe to increase food production, then they have to get some ready market or to help the farmers. Really, they are suffering.
In the past, these tractors and equipment would be busy at the time of the year. They are now grounded because there is little or nothing to do. Unfortunately, the phenomenon is not restricted to these communities. Similar stories abound elsewhere in the Bono-Ahafo region. Well, can Ghana produce to feed her growing population under such circumstances, especially when famine is still dying with cutlasses and hoes? World Bank estimates 50% more of current food production is required to feed a projected world population of 9 billion by 2050. Climate change, post-harvest losses, wastage and of course increasing movement of youth from the farmland remain potential threat. It means Ghana would have to work extra hard to survive food insecurity.